Hi, I'm Tom Sawada from Drummer to the Bone, and today I'm joined by Matt Raham. Matt is a session drummer and educator in Singapore. He has played with artists such as Sheikh Haikel, Geylang Afro Rock, which was like a free jazz band, Geylang Ska Syndicate, and one of your current cover bands is Hunger Tanks. Is that correct?
Yep.
Hi, Matt. Thank you so
What's up,
much.
Tom? What's up?
How's it going, man? Thank you so
Good, good,
much.
good. It's an honor to be on your show, though. Thank you very much for the
Thank
invite.
you so much. So for everybody, we all 12 hours difference. So for Matt
Yeah.
right now is 8:30 a.m. on a Friday, and for me it's 8:30 p.m. on a Thursday. And here we are. So Matt, you play in a nightclub from like 12:30 a.m. till 5 a.m. 6 days a week. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, I
You
am.
play drums for 4.5 hours of performance, basically 6 nights a
Yeah.
week. How's that work?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I mean, it's okay. First of all, it's tiring because when everybody goes to sleep, I work, and 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 when everybody goes to sleep, I play drums, that kind of thing. And then yeah lah, basically I think straight up it's very tiring because you start late, 12 in 12 midnight. And then if you guys are wondering whether there is people going to the nightclub, you guys will be surprised there is people there. And then basically how it works is we play four sets of 45 minutes. Um we we will start from 12:30, then we will end roughly around 5. Okay, we play four sets, and then we are playing at this place, and supposedly this place is very famous around the world. When tourists from other countries were to come to Singapore, when they want to have so-called fun, they will go to this place called Orchard Towers. I might say that this place is a bit dodgy because if you were to YouTube Orchard Towers, then you guys would probably understand why I say this, because they call it the four, or maybe the four floors of horse. So there's a lot of dodgy stuff going there lah. Yeah, I'm serious. So
Okay,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a
So
gig.
it
It's the
yeah, it's a gig
gig.
lah. It's a gig. Yeah, it's still a gig. So I have
It's the
um
gig.
uh, and and then the story goes where like how I end up getting this job is from initially I didn't I was teaching for 10 years, like in a school called Academy of Rock.
Uh-huh.
So I was teaching for
Yeah.
10 years, and then after that I got a call from a friend, a drummer friend. That was during the period where they have leniency, when they are starting to open up to live performance during the time in Singapore, during the COVID time in
Right.
Singapore. So means they open up the music scene, then everybody starts playing already, and then after that, but at that point of time I remember there were no dancing. You can enjoy the music, you can stay within your table, but you cannot dance. So that was what we know lah. You get what I mean? Like you can move your body around the table, but no dancing, no intermingle with other people. But the rules are the rules are were like that during that point of time lah. So I got a call from my friend, and he was telling me like, bro, you have to cover me for tomorrow. I was like, cover you for tomorrow? Yeah, I'm playing at this club called okay, basically this club is called Naughty Girl lah. It's called Naughty Girl. So he was telling he was calling me and say, bro, you have to cover me tomorrow night because I cannot play. So then he was telling me, bro, do you have like songs or repertoire that you have? I said, bro, I haven't been in a cover band for very long, so my repertoire was like really shit. Basically I played before, but it's been a while. So I was teaching for 10 years, and I was doing some sub gigs along the way, but not so thorough as this one. So when the guy called me and I say, bro, tomorrow cover me. I was like, how many songs do you have to cover? Then we playing 4 sets. I was like, oh my god, my repertoire's like shit, bro. Then it was like, bro, can. Then I was like, there is nobody else to cover me. Please, you have to do it. Then I was like,
You're the man.
okay lah. Yeah, I had to agree. Then I was like, okay, I'll help you out as a favor. So I end up charting a lot of songs before that. Means I went down on the same day. Means I think he called me around evening time, about 7. They were starting about 11 or 12. So I went down to the club to watch all 4 sets until 5. I have to stay there until 5 to watch all the songs that they are playing, just to take note, mental note. Then after that, when they are done, I went back home. I slept for 2 hours. Then I chart down as many songs as I can. Then on the next day, I had to play the gig.
See, that is a true working drummer. That is the definition of a working drummer. There is no other. For me, there's no other definition. That is a working drummer. So I actually have.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic story, and I actually have 2 questions to follow up on that. So number one is, do you feel like the toll on your body? Are there any special precautions that you have to take, given that you're playing 4 sets of 45 minutes, 6 nights a week? So how's your body react to that, and how do you try to cover that or just navigate that physically?
Okay, if you can see that my eye bags are okay, but on a serious note, basically, okay, I think there's a lot of discipline involved in playing late at night. But then I try to follow as strict as possible. Sometimes I would just let's just F it and let's not do this. But if from the initial start, okay, let me tell you the songs that we play. Sometimes I had to hit hard on
right.
the drums.
I wouldn't know that, because sometimes if you have to go and push it, it's
because sometimes we play rock songs. Yeah, we play rock songs, so we have to really whack the drum. So I will stretch before I start my set.
Yeah.
Which didn't occur to me when I watch videos on YouTube, when I see all those drum gods, and then all the touring drummers telling them, telling us on the interview, like, hey, you guys have to stretch. So I was like thinking, must stretch, man? No, what? I mean, like, I'm playing like a normal gig, which is like like maybe a half an hour set or 45-minute set, just one set. Like an original band, if you're saying like an original. I was like, no need to stretch. I'll just go in and play. You get me? But when that happened to me, when I have to play 4 sets of 45 minutes at midnight until 5, then I was telling myself, oh, those guys are telling the truth. I mean, you guys have to stretch, like really stretch. And then after a while, maybe like a month or 2, it is already taking a toll on my body, because the posture needs to be right, and then the way you hold your stick needs to be right, and then when you whip, and then it takes a toll on your hands. After, then I understand. I was like, okay, I need to stretch my legs, and then the back starts to ache. Now sitting, okay, the posture needs to be correct. Then after that, sometimes I will stretch, but sometimes I might forget lah. Like I'll come in late, then I was like a rush, and then put my stuff. Then okay, let's go. But if I have the time, I will stretch. But that's number 1, and then number 2 is your physical health, your mental health, and your physical health. Means I will there was like a couple of my friends told me like, hey bro, you have to take like supplements to because you're playing at night,
Right,
and then if you
right.
don't have enough, yeah, right, like if
Vitamin
you don't have
D.
enough sleep, yeah, you will fall sick easily. So supplements, and then sometimes I will jog. Okay, the jogging part is a bit tedious because I will sleep at 5, or maybe when I reach home it'll be 6, 7, and sometimes my body clock will go haywire. I will like sleep in the 11 or 12 in noon. Sometimes when I wake up, the body feels a bit weak. So like like you feel a bit lethargic. Then after that, just to stretch out, maybe sometimes I'll do a bit of yoga stretching, like from the
Makes
like I never
absolute
thought,
sense. Yeah.
right? Like I never thought that I would do yoga. You get me? Like as coming from me, I was like thinking yoga so girly. I mean, like okay lah. I'm just saying it as a joke lah. But like no, I never dreamt of me doing yoga. But after a while, when bro, I need this stretch. You get me? So I did a bit of yoga stretching. Then I will probably have a short jog, like a normal jog. I don't have to like jog for like 2.4 kilometers or what. Maybe like 800 meters just to get the blood pumping, just to
Right.
get your body moving. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So that will be like a refresher for your body to work at night. You get what I mean?
Yeah, and the
Yeah. So
endorphins that maybe going for a quick jog, but the endorphins that they'll give you and help you in your mental health, because when you're working at night every night, then you start to get depressed, right? And
yeah.
that is a thing. And so yeah. And speaking of yoga, I remember my drum teacher once, and I was 22. I was in the middle of my thrash metal, of course, age, and he was like,
Please.
you should try yoga, and my face was like, I don't do yoga. And so but now I do have to stretch and do
Right.
other things,
Right.
because there's a difference between when you're in your 20s and then you start growing up on
Right.
longevity. And longevity has to do not only with how old you are, but how much you play. And it got to a point I was playing 25 hours a week between doing sessions and other things, and my playing actually got worse one of those times because I wasn't taking care of myself. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I get it. And see, that is
Right.
one of the things that for working drummers I think is vital, and it's so great that you are actually mentioning that, because you work a lot. So my second question had to do with the other thing that you mentioned, about taking notes and learning songs quickly, right? That you do
Yeah.
have like a noting system, or maybe it's a standard system, I don't know, but something that will enable you to learn songs rather quickly, right? So how
Yeah.
would you explain that? Because I saw some of those notes in your Instagram, but I couldn't figure out what it was. And of course I couldn't, because those notes are for you, not for anybody else. Right? So how
Yeah.
would you describe your learning process in terms of song structure and stuff like that?
Okay. There's two ways to do it lah. But for those guys who can sight read,
Right. Well,
it's a yeah, yeah. You get me? Like it's a bonus because if you can download charts from the internet, if you can get the scores the correct, I mean the actual scores, and you can sight read, that will be best, because that will save a lot of time for you to like sit down here, then you write down how many bars, and then there's a hit here on the third bar or something like that. You get me? But most of the time I'll do that. I'll write down the number of bars, and then chorus verse, the standard chorus verse chorus, then bridge. Then after that, okay, you have a hit here or a hit there. I'll just write it down, then I'll play it over and over again. Then I have an electronic kit at home, so I'll just practice a few times, and then if the song is quite easy, then I'll just keep listening to it you get me, like keep listen to the song, then just to have a mental note. Sometimes I would just write down a simple verse, chorus, okay, chorus, okay, outro, intro, outro. Then after that, you just keep listening to the song. Then you memorize the song or the melody.
Right.
Right. Then after that, yeah, basically just try to listen to the song. But like if there is like a specific song which is difficult, then after that maybe you will want to at least sit down and physically try run through maybe once or twice. For example, if I have like a song that I will download the chart, the actual scores, I will sit down and play, run them through. I'll listen to the song and I'll read the chart first. Then after,
Right.
okay, I will take note, mental note. Then I'll start playing it, maybe run through once or twice, and I'm confident enough. Then I'll go to the club and then play. And then at the same time, that band doesn't have any rehearsal because we every band members don't have time to rehearse. We don't get together and rehearse, so that's the problem. So everybody will catch their part properly, but then and we will play it. The first time we will play it, we will have like imbalance kind of grooves. Sometimes you play some certain parts wrongly, certain parts not sure. We will just go at it first. Then after that, the second time round we will play. Then we will touch up everything. So
It's a
that's how
cycle.
we yeah. So that's
Right.
how we try to play new songs for that cover band, because nobody had the time to sit down. I mean, it's a priority lah. Basically every cover band will come together and then practice and then sort out your arrangement. Certain parts are maybe okay. The outro you have to the intro and the outro, because the center part of the songs is already fixed. You get me?
Right.
It's just the intro and then the outro. How many times you're gonna do it? How you gonna end the song? So for us is basically then like if that particular song doesn't have an outro, means the song fade out. We will just tell each other, okay, we just gonna play 16 bars on the outro, then we will communicate using our eyes. Then like we're gonna end, okay, then we're gonna end. You get me? Then after that we will discuss later to fix. Okay, we're gonna end like this on the upbeat on the 16 bar. Then okay, done. But that's how we do it lah. That's the interesting part about that band, that cover band, because we never had a rehearsal. We never like if let's say for example, I remember we played this Tom Sawyer. Oh my god,
Ooh,
without rehearsal.
okay, come on, Tom Sawyer.
Yeah,
I
I was
mean,
reading.
everybody knows the
I was reading
song,
the chat. Yeah,
but it is a difficult song. I mean, by
yeah, it is.
definition, it's a difficult song.
Yeah, it is a difficult song, and then we have to like. I remember playing the first time without. I was like, bro, Tom Sawyer. Then they said, and then the band leader was like saying, okay, we're gonna play the song next week. I was like, okay. Then I was telling my friends, my bassist and my guitarist, I was like, hey, bro, I think this one we need to sit down and rehearse. Like we will exclude the vocalist, because the vocalist will not attend the rehearsal because he is super busy. He has family and stuff. He got
Yeah,
other commitments lah. We understand, but that song was, yeah. Then we didn't have any rehearsal. We end up never practice for the song. We just, okay, bro, we just gonna whack the song on stage. Then we will try and fix it later lah. But we managed to pull it off lah the first time round. But I
hey,
doubt so it was nice lah. You get me?
yeah. Let's go and wing a Rush song, and then we'll do Frank Zappa, and then we'll do
Without any
Dream
rehearsal.
Theater, and then no rehearsal. Fantastic. So, I saw that one of the other things that it was very, very interesting to me, at least, and that's in your YouTube channel. So anybody will put the Matt's YouTube channel in the comments. But you actually did a gig or a showcase in a dance studio where you were basically on your own, just the drums, no other instruments. You're playing drums and people are dancing freestyle around you. How
Okay,
that came
it's not
about? Yeah.
okay. It's not only me, but there was another two more players actually.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Because
there
I
was.
saw you in the
Mm,
middle.
yeah. But there was if in that video there's it's more of like a sound texture thing, because if you hear from the video, I think probably is quite minimal, but there's like a sound texture going on, and that
Yeah.
was being done by somebody.
Oh,
There was another two more players. So the other guy were playing bass, and then some patches, and then some sound effects. So I was, and then we were bouncing ideas, or maybe bouncing energies, or 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 or, or conversing in a way, conversing with each other with our instrument. Then at the same time, the dancers are trying to feel what we play and then dance to whatever we play.
dude,
That
that
was the
that, that
concept of
is
the whole thing.
beautiful.
Yeah. Okay,
That
but that particular that particular band was quite interesting because um that's not my normal pop kind of gig where you have, 4 bars,
I'm
and then you
sure.
get what I mean.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, and then yeah, that's a free flow kind of thing. It's more like a free jazz thing. It's more like a free jazz thing. So I had an opportunity to play with these wonderful players. Uh, I I think the bassist was Lokman. His name is Lokman, and then the other guy was Ridwan Hamza, if I'm not wrong. He was playing the guitars, and then he was playing the sound texture. Then there's a few patches that he plays around. But that was quite interesting for me. It's something new for me, and it challenged me. It challenged my drumming in a different perspective. In a different prospect, like, you get me, like
Yeah.
like yeah, sound texture wise and everything. So it was completely different to me, and it's refreshingly new. I like it very much actually.
Yeah, when I saw that, it was something that I do not recall seeing anybody else doing. Maybe someone else have done it before, but I don't recall. Um, and it looked and it sounded, it looked like everybody was like vibing off each other. And so my question is, like, were you taking cues from the dancers as well? I mean, is that something that helped you in some way to improve like your visual communication and your feeling of other people? Because they were all doing performing arts, right? You
Yeah,
were playing instruments, they were dancing, but everybody was performing. So, and they were like, what, 20 people? Um, Something like that.
yeah, around there. Yeah, around there.
So you have to really be aware of where everybody is and what they're doing. So is that something that you felt like your antennas had to be like very aware of
Widespread.
everybody?
Okay. For that particular event, I remembered we would take turns to vibe. So mean before we start if I'm not wrong, before we start, there'll be one session that they will dance to whatever we play. Then after that, uh, then we have a cut off time. Then the next round, we will vibe to whatever they dance.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it works both ways. So they will dance first, then we will see dancers move, then we will try and see what we can come up with when they are dancing.
Right.
Yeah,
That is awesome. That is something I'd love to try that. I don't know if I'm up to the challenge, but if
you should.
anybody can try that, I sure it's an amazing thing. Sounds
Yeah,
amazing. It's like trying to
it is.
vibe
It
and
is.
it's to people like free dancing. Man, that's beautiful. See, there's a lot of great stuff. There's a lot of great stuff in your channel and in like actually like great working drummers like yourself. And another thing that I actually saw in your video, and I want to pick a little bit in you. It's like you have a
Okay.
video about how to choose the right drumstick, right?
Okay.
And yeah, we're gonna get into an argument now. So full disclaimer for everybody: I brought my drumsticks, my sticks back. So, but here's the question: so, is there a difference when you choose your drumsticks for like a regular gig that you mentioned, like a half an hour, 45 minute, versus the drumsticks that you're gonna play when you're playing 6 days a week, 6 nights a week, 4 sets of 45 minutes? So that's a lot of playing. That's a lot of impact going through your body. Is there any difference? Is there anything that you on purpose changed about the type of drumsticks that you use, or it's like, no, this is me and that's how I go?
Okay. Initially, initially, I thought okay, no, my normal drumstick that I use will be 5 A's. Okay.
Five
So at
A's,
any
great.
gig, yeah, 5 A's, then at any gig that I would play, like for example, if it's a cover band or non-cover band, or original gigs, or maybe those interesting gigs that I have, like for that dancing, I will normally use 5 A's, or slightly smaller, depends on the situation. But
Okay.
for this particular night gig, uh, initially I used 5 A's. Then I noticed that it doesn't bring out the tone of my. Maybe I'm hitting it wrongly. I'm not sure lah. But because we're playing most like rock songs, so then I was like playing 5 A's after a while, and it doesn't have a kick to it. Like when I play, I was like, I think I need to change my drumstick. So I went to try bigger sticks. Surprisingly, because I never used 5B's before. I don't use 5B's. And when there was like a couple of my friends who came over to watch us play, then when he was asking me, one of my drummer friends said, "Hey bro, what sticks are you using?" He said 5A's. Oh bro, I think you should change to 5B.
I'm a 5B guy. See,
Whoa, bro.
but I'm gonna
Yeah,
let you finish,
you get me. Okay, so
and I'm
then I
sticking
was
to
like,
it.
oh, yeah. He was telling me that I should be changing my sticks to 5. He's like, "Oh bro, 5B's are them. The sticks are quite heavy. Blah blah blah." Then I was like, maybe I should try lah. So then I decided to switch a bit to sticker stick. So I went to find like heavier stick. I remember there's another. I kind of forgot what stick was that lah. But it was sort of like a 5B, and it's quite thick. Okay. Before that, when I was still using 5A's, right? I keep having to chip the stick very fast. Means it thins very fast because I'm playing like 6 nights a week. So when I use my drumstick, like the fresh new pairs, at the end of the week, wow, the tip of the drumstick will just be very small, so it can break
Right.
at any point of time, right? And then I keep no, I'm using out my 5A's like a lot. Then when I switch to 5B, then it might last me a bit longer. I don't
Actually,
have to like buy.
I was about to ask you, and it was actually more of a suggestion, maybe. I don't know, because I
Mm.
haven't tried them yet. Because as of 3 days ago, and I haven't had time to go and play with them, I actually got these guys.
Okay.
So of course they're 5B, as you can see
Mm.
there, but
Yeah.
supposedly these guys will not chip away that easily. And I remember being in, I can't remember if it was Nashville or Charleston. Can't remember. Sorry to the people in Nashville and Charleston, but I saw a drummer at a club, and he looked like he was playing all night, every night, and he was playing with this. So of course,
Mm.
any Metallica fans know that Lars Ulrich plays this, or Matt Sorum back in the day, or whatever. But I don't know, and I don't know how these sound. I haven't tried them yet. See, they're brand fresh, but
Yeah.
probably, I don't know, maybe something to consider.
But I've tried that actually before.
Oh, you tried this
I did.
ahead? You didn't like
Yeah,
them?
I did. I mean, before playing before I played for that nightclub gig, I've tried this stick before. I kind of not like I'm sorry I hate stick, but like I don't like
I'm
you know.
just trying. This is my first.
Yeah.
I've been playing drums for 20 years or more. Shit, I'm old. And this is the first time that I'm actually going to try this. So I have no attachment to these drumsticks whatsoever.
But maybe you would like it. I'm not sure, but like my personal point of view, I think I just don't like the texture of of the drumstick lah. When I hit it, then it doesn't feel like a wood. I would prefer to play like a wood drumstick. You get what I mean?
Right? Yeah.
But like, yeah.
So are
It
you a
doesn't suit me
wooden
lah.
tip or nylon tip?
Uh, Currently I'm using 5B nylon tip. It's because they ran out of wooden tip. So I
So
just
you're
have to buy
playing,
the
yeah,
nylon tip.
nylon tip,
Oh yeah.
5B, yeah.
But I would prefer the wooden tip lah.
I'm a wooden tip guy, but
yeah.
when I used to play more metal, it was nylon tip. Now
Nylon
that I'm
tip.
getting older, I'm just playing regular wooden tips. So okay, so what you mentioned is that you used to play 5As, but now that you play a lot, and so as a thing of tone and durability, you moved to 5Bs, which are slightly thicker sticks. Great. And well, if you don't like this Eastern head, I don't know what these are made of, but I don't know. I'll check him out and I'll let you know. And speaking of gigs, I saw that Marco Minnemann actually got your gig for a night or for a song. What happened there? It's like you was like, go get a beer and we're gonna have Marco Minnemann.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. No. Okay. What happened was, I think his band with Guthrie, is it? He was playing with Guthrie. I forgot what's his band's name. Oh my god. But like he was playing with Guthrie. Yeah. So their band was playing in. Yeah, his band was playing in Singapore. Mm-hmm. Then my friend, I didn't know. I'm not sure whether my friend went to watch it, but like he knew that Guthrie was in Singapore playing that show with Minnemann. Then I was like, oh okay. I was like, oh, Marco Minnemann is in Singapore. Okay, cool. Then I was like jokingly telling my guitarist, oh, he might probably drop by our club. We never know. Then we were playing, and then suddenly when my guitarist was playing, then when he was looking at his phone, then he was like looking. Then I was like, oh, then he was turning to me, Marco is coming. I was like, what? Seriously? Like, oh yeah, he's a friend of ours brought him to the club. Like, I don't know how he met Marco, but like, yeah, he brought Marco to the club.
And he took your gig.
Yeah, and yeah, no, he didn't, but like he came then he wanted to like jam 2 songs. I think he played Tom Sawyer. He played Tom Sawyer, and
of course he did. And then the police, a police song.
Yes. Message in a Bottle, I guess.
Message in a Bottle. That was it.
Yeah, Message in a Bottle. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But,
Message in a Bottle. And yeah.
Okay, but he saved you from playing Tom Sawyer again.
Yes.
In front of an audience.
No, but like do you know the best part was my friend, the guitarist, is a big fan of Guthrie and Mako.
Okay.
And then when he was telling me that his hands were shaking when Mako was playing, then he was like telling, bro, Marco's on the drums, man. I can't believe it. I'm playing with Marco Minnemann. Then like he was freaking out lah, but in a good way. Like he was like loving. He's like, I never dream of this, man. I'm jamming with Marco. That kind of like you don't need me anymore, bro.
Right.
And I was just
all of a sudden the drums are sounding a lot better just because I'm not there, right?
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. I mean, I just imagine and just turning around the market going, can I have the sticks, please? And like, okay, right. Off you go. So Matt, just two more questions. I don't want to take a lot of your time because again, it's what 9 a.m. for you, so it's bedtime almost. Or I think you're past.
I'm okay, man. I'm having fun. I'm having so much fun now.
Okay, good to hear that. So I've seen that you played for artists such as Sheikh Haikel, who's mainly a rap artist. Is that correct? Rap / hip hop. But then you play ska bands, and now, well, you have your cover band. So what would you say, or what is the level of adaptability that you need in order to fit into all these different artists, and sometimes pretty much at the same time, right? So you have to wear different hats, going from rap to ska to playing Rush. That's a lot of change.
Yeah. Okay. Probably you will get a typical answer where normally drummer would say, "Oh, you just have to listen to a lot of music." But basically, that's one of it. And then at the same time, I mean, okay, right from the start, I think from my point of view, right from the start, I guess, even before you choose this path to become a musician or a particular instrument that you want to play, like for example guitar, bass, or drums, or even a vocalist, you have to have a goal. Means like technically, what kind of a drummer you want to be, or what kind of a guitarist you want to be. Like for example, when I started out, I didn't have like a particular genre that I like. So maybe I started out with rock, and then grunge, and then I listened to punk rock. Then suddenly, the change of music became a bit more mature. Then I went to listen. I initially like when I was still playing punk rock, I initially like some jazz stuff, and then some bossa nova, which I didn't know that it was jazz. You get me? Like I was playing punk rock and I was like listening to this thing. I was like, oh, this particular stylistic is very nice. I like it, but it's not very punk rock. So I like, they suck big time. That kind of thing. You get me? But after a while, when you grow up and then you have matured, then you would tend to know that, oh, this particular stylistic is very different because you have to have a bit more finesse. You have to be able to control your subdivision, or maybe your hands. You need to learn a bit more techniques. Okay, and then prior to that, okay, I'm going off topic, but like then again, from the start, maybe you need to have a goal lah. Maybe you want to have you need to know what you want to become. Like for example, if you want to become right from the start, you want to become a rock drummer, then you study rock, different type of rock. Then at the same time, when you have already studied a lot of rock, then you can branch out a bit, or maybe I learn a bit of bossa. You never know when you're gonna be called up for a bossa gig, or you never know you're gonna be called up for a reggae gig. Maybe you learn a bit just to have a safety net. If you wanna be sessioning for different stylistic lah. But if you're not doing that, then you just concentrate on rock. So you become a rock drummer. So when people, I mean, then your choice of getting more gigs as a versatile drummer will be lesser. But then you will concentrate only on rock.
Right.
You get what I mean? But if you decide to become a full-on musician where you can play everything, then you need to learn everything. For example, like I decided at one point of time when I played ska, then I was like, I really like ska reggae. Then I went to look up a bit more on the vocabs of ska and reggae. Then people start calling me, hey bro, can you play for my band, for my reggae band, or can you do ska, or can I hire you to record some reggae ska? Then I went to do some reggae ska gig. So then from there I know that, okay, um do I want to become like a session player? If I want to become like a session player, or if I want to get more gigs, then I need to learn more stylistic. So I'll be versatile enough to cover all genres. But then um you need to know, like, you don't have to play everything. You get me? Like, so in depth. You just have the basic, and then when you can get it right or survive the gig, that's good enough. That's my point
Survive
of
the
view lah.
gig.
As a work, yeah, you get me? Like, you just to survive the gig. Like,
It's a beautiful
to
concept.
me lah, you get me?
Surviving the
Yeah,
gig.
but like, yeah, surviving the gig. But then if you're interested in that stylistic, like for example now, like I kind of like want to dwell a bit in Latin kind of drumming. So
Right, yeah.
I'm like trying to. There's this guy. His name is Pablo. In Singapore, he's very good at Latin. So I'm like, oh, trying to sit down with him and exchange ideas, or maybe learn a few things from him. So it might help me along the way if somebody calls me up for a Latin gig, at least I can survive the gig. You get me? In a
Survive.
way, like, you have to be like not say jack of all trades but master of none, but you jack of all trades but you master one. You get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I play rock or I play reggae, then I master one reggae, but then I still can play other stuff. Something like that. You get what I mean? Something like that.
But see, that concept of, jokingly, you say, well, surviving the gig, but that's exactly what a working drummer or musician needs to aim for at first. Survive the gig, get it good enough,
survive the gig.
So that you get called again, or someone else will, hey, he can play ska, he can play reggae, and you survive the gig. And that is a beautiful concept. Surviving the gig, it's a beautiful beautiful concept. I'm gonna put it right, sign, survive the gig. Right. So Matt, I don't want to go really way past your bedtime. So right now, well, you're playing a lot. Are you open for sessions, for recording, for lessons? What's on your world right now? And how can people reach out to you for lessons, for recordings, or anything else that you're looking for?
Okay. It's only in Singapore lah. But if overseas people are interested, I don't mind.
If you pay the ticket, Matt is willing to go anywhere on tour.
I will survive your gig, bro. Okay, but on a serious note, I guess you can find me on Instagram, which I think you did, Tom.
I did, yes. I'll put your Instagram on the comments.
Thank you, Tom.
Of course.
Appreciate it. And then or my YouTube channel, which time I might put it in the in the column below.
In the comments, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually open for anything though. If any of you guys students who are in Singapore who wants to learn basic drummings, you can contact me in Instagram. And then for those of you guys who are interested in Singapore and in overseas, if you guys wanna be interested in like a drum track, you guys you can email me, and then I will track it down and then send it back to you. Then we can discuss. And if you guys need a drummer, I will survive your gig.
There's Matt, the gig survivor.
In Singapore and overseas, I will try my best lah. But yeah, give me a call.
give you a call. Absolutely. So yeah, if you guys wanna check out especially Matt's, I think for my taste, your YouTube channel that you haven't posted in a while, but I saw a lot of valuable things there, and a lot of how you approach grooves, how you approach song composition or composing the drums, and of course other things that we discussed, like playing in the middle of people free dancing, etc. Check out Matt's YouTube channel. So Matt, being 9:21 p.m. over here and 9:20 a.m. after a long night of surviving 4 sets. You play tomorrow? You play tomorrow night?
Yes, I will be playing later as well. Yeah.
Okay. So I think Matt is a great moment for you to wind down and go to bed and do your routine. Matt, thank you so much for taking the time and doing this. This has been
Tom, thank you very much for calling me as well. I am very honored and I'm very appreciative of you calling me. Thank you very much, Tom, for giving me this opportunity as well.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.